Everybody.
Hi!
And welcome to Jack and Tom Save the World, the first episode back in 2022.
It is 2022. I am Jack.
And I am Tom.
Just so that everyone is once again up to date.
Yeah, because we haven't seen you guys for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we were supposed to return next week.
Last week.
Last week. But things happened.
Yes. And I will talk about that thing really briefly.
Do it now. Do it for the vine.
Because the reason we didn't do it last week is because at my workplace, one of the people I work with tested positive for COVID.
Oh, did they?
And that was someone that I had a little bit of contact with.
Oh no.
So I was isolating away from Jack and Abby, and I was
Sorry, I breathed right into the mic.
That's right. Yeah, I was isolating away from Jack and Abby just to make sure that if I did get it, then neither of them would be compromised. So yeah, unfortunately,
sick. I still would have been a close contact.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we couldn't bring you an episode last week. I was meant to put a post up.
Oh, you forgot about that.
I had a nap.
Yeah, he forgot.
So apologies for that, but we are back this week.
We're back
with a brand new format as well.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a new format. We've refined the format.
It's a refined format.
It's a refined format. So we took a look back at our content. And we decided it was shit. We were like, I think we're losing people, Tom. I think we're trying to cover either too much, and then we talk about something that's maybe not that interesting. We end up arguing with each other quite a bit because that's all we can really do. That's how we were filling up episodes, is we'd kind of find a topic and then find a nice little gem in that topic and then argue about it. And that was it.
Exactly.
While we were supposed to be doing a bunch of things per week.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Instead, we're going to find one nice big broad topic that we agree a good amount on so that it's not all going to be argument.
Yep.
And then we're just going to talk about that for an hour. Yep. And hopefully it teach you things.
We hope.
Entertain you with things.
Less likely.
And make you question God.
Really, I mean, it's probably really likely, knowing us.
Just our existence disproves the existence of God.
Exactly. If God was an actual being,
yes,
we would be dead by now.
Yes, we are too fucked up.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
To exist on this planet. Yeah, it's fair. This week we thought we'd cover the absolute shit show that's going on in our state. We know last year we kind of kept reverting back every other week to talk about COVID.
Yeah.
We understand that, COVID is a big part of everyone's lives at the moment because we're still in said pandemic.
Yep.
But I think, and Tom might agree, that we've entered a new realm of batshit insanity.
We have. As the common expression would say, we have reached destination fucked.
We have reached destination fucked. We graduated from idiots not wearing to wear masks to our premier getting COVID from his own stupidity.
Yep.
So
well, I mean, look, that's a really harsh line to take on Stephen Marshall's daughter. You can just say Stephen Marshall's daughter. Don't have to say stupidity.
I'm what?
He got it from, well, I don't even know if he has it yet. His daughter tested positive and he was a close contact. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I actually thought he had it.
No.
Oh, okay. So he's just a close contact and per his own rules has to quarantine. Okay.
Exactly. So essentially what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about South Australian Prime Minister, not Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of South Australia.
We're going to talk about the South Australian Premier, Stephen Marshall.
And all-encompassing government issues that have been created.
But at the end, we're also, because every week we're going to try to do like a topic and then like something to think about. And what we're going to try to wrap up by the end of this episode is Stephen Marshall friend or foe? So that's why the episode is called Stephen Marshall, friend or foe.
Oh, you just gave away what the episode was called. My God, Tom. My God. supposed to be a surprise.
You fucking idiot.
I know. It's good. It's like, they clicked on it and they didn't know what it was called. Anyway, so Stephen Marshall was elected to state parliament by a pretty significant blue sweep back in 2018. For those that live outside of South Australia, because I think both... Oh, no. I think all state governments have 4-year terms. Oh. Yeah, maybe they do. Anyway, elected in 2018... that means 2022 is an election year. Yeah. And he was elected after a pretty significant blue sweep. As South Australia had 16 years of Labor government. Yep. Which kind of turned about at the beginning of the noughties, the early 2000s. A good chunk of disenfranchisation. Is that a word? I'm going to make it a word.
Disenfranchisation.
With the Liberal government at the time, for some decisions that were made to put South Australia back in the black in terms of economic stability. It's kind of the Liberal. That's the go-to. The budget needs to be in. It needs to be in positive. Yep. We need to pay off our debt. Is basically the Liberal stance. Anyway,
and I think that's what they were trying to do when he got elected, was that they were trying to rejig the budget and get the debt down, because we're never going to get rid of debt. Or this state and this whole country.
Well, there's
the world is going to be in debt.
Yeah, there's a whole discussion to have on actual government debt. Yeah, because it's weird.
But this is the thing: we're always going to be in debt. It's just about how much debt. So,
no, it's why you're in debt that that economists look at.
Yeah.
Because every country is going to overspend usually. Like every country has gone not above and beyond, but has overspent on COVID, for example.
Yeah.
Which in general is good. Okay, we got a pandemic. Let's try and spend more money to fix the pandemic. And then, of course, if you get into the nitty-gritty of that, you find what governments have done maybe a little bit shockingly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stephen Marshall kind of won because Labor had made some kind of iffy decisions in their final term to do with kind of a push for higher renewable energy.
Yep.
This led... Okay, I'm putting up this in quotes. I don't think this. Labor's dedication to renewables in the state is what a lot of people blame the 2016 statewide blackout on.
Yep.
Was Labor's dedication to renewables. They were also pushing pretty hard for a nuclear waste dump out in the country, which Liberals and a bunch of people were really opposed to, but is now going ahead anyway. So Labor lost that election over that stance for nothing,
and it's still happening
because
anyway.
It's still happening. It's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get paid $100 to $150 million a year to store other countries' waste, which we could then use if we were smart cookies and had nuclear power. But we're not, because we're dumb, and Australians don't like nuclear because I don't know, Chernobyl. How do you feel about Chernobyl?
It's not relevant.
Anyway.
It's not relevant whatsoever.
So Stephen Marshall got in. I did not vote for him. Tom doesn't have to tell me how he voted. I feel candid about voting shit. We had that discussion off camera. I didn't vote for him. But he got in anyway.
Yeah. See, that's generally what happens when a majority votes for someone and you vote for someone else. Like, yeah, your one vote matters, but...
Technically, it's a majority electorates. So a majority people have to vote in a majority of different electorates.
Right, so you've literally said majority 5 times.
Yes.
So shut up.
Yes.
And let's get on with the second.
Because it's not a majority vote to get elected.
Let's get on with the second.
No, but you said this, and I want to...
I've said it, and then you've said majority 5 times, which proves my point. Get on with it.
Anyway, he's here now.
Unfortunately.
He got in on, the usual shtick. And kind of flew under the radar. There was a few big things from Stephen Marshall that I didn't like. He privatised after the buses were privatised, I think back in the 90s. Stephen Marshall tried to recoup some money and sold the tram and train networks to probably the Chinese, to be honest with you.
Well, they already own the power, so...
Yeah, they already own it, which the Libs did.
Yeah.
Sold it off to the Chinese. So he sold the trams and trains. That got him a good $300 million in his back pocket.
Yep.
Now the trains and trams are private. I don't like that, Tom.
I think you're the only one out of the two of us that uses public transport, so...
Hey, you've used the train before.
Yeah, I've used the train before, but, you know, that's why I get my license and have a car.
Shut up. Anyway, every other decision from Stephen Marshall was kind of just government shit.
Yeah. Yeah, getting rid of the Superloop was definitely government related.
Oh, the good old, the supercars.
Superloop 500, previously called the Clipsal 500, the V8 supercar racing opener in Adelaide for years.
Oh, I think this is where Tom started to turn on Stephen Marshall.
Probably ever since the F1's left, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
And then 2021 was when... Was it 2021?
No, we didn't have one 2020 last year. Oh my god, that's 2021 now.
Yeah.
We didn't have one in 2021 and we didn't have one in 2020.
Right, yeah. So from 2020, we haven't had it and it should be... It's actually meant to be starting, like, it would... In the time frame, it would be starting in March. So that was... I mean, that's just the thing. So we've had this season opener of the V8s for... God knows how many years. And then COVID happens and the Liberal government decides to use COVID, and this is what I truly believe. They decide to use COVID as an excuse to get rid of supercars.
Which is ridiculous because in both 2020 and 2021, in the middle of a pandemic, we still had the Fringe and the Adelaide Festival.
And we also had V8 races at the Bend.
And V8
up
races
at Tail and Bend. So there's obviously not a problem with, you know, there's not a problem at the moment. When those things were going on, there was a problem with COVID, but we managed it. There obviously wasn't a problem with money because the Fringe is expensive. And the Adelaide Festival and like the Cabaret Festival and the Adelaide Film Festival and stuff.
The film festival. Oh no, it did run at the end of 2020.
Yeah, it's all very expensive.
Yeah, but I think from the point of view of the Stephen Marshall and his government is that the Clipsal. I'm not a V8 fan. You know that.
I used to be, but not so much now. I'd still go and see it.
I have always found the Clipsal to be very intrusive in day-to-day life. Of course, leading to the term Mad March, because you have 3 different festivals all going on at once. 4! You have WOMAD, the V8s, Fringe, and Adelaide Festival all at once in the city. And it's mad.
Oh, yeah,
but I think out of all of them, the Clipsal is the most destructive.
What do you mean destructive?
Well, the Fringe only closes one street. They close North Terrace for a night for the opening parade.
Yeah.
And then they close Rundle Street at nights. That's it. That's all that kind of gets shut down.
Yeah.
For that. WOMAD takes place out in Botanic Park, so no one gives a shit about it. Only potheads go to WOMAD.
Hey.
Sorry.
I've been to WOMAD.
Were you high?
No. I was like 12.
Oh no! Who takes a 12-year-old to WOMAD?
When good people are playing at WOMAD, which is like never.
No, not anymore.
Then you go to WOMAD.
Anyway, I think from a sheer standpoint, it doesn't actually make sense. But that was their spin.
Yeah.
Was that it was destructive, it was expensive, and it didn't bring in enough out-of-state revenue for it to continue existing, apparently. So that's now a Labor election promise, is that they're going to bring back the V8s. There you go. There's a reason to vote Labor, everybody.
Now, that's actually a question I do want to pose to you while we're talking about Stephen Marshall and the Liberal government. If Labor gets elected in this election, do you think they'll fulfil bringing the supercars back? Because the thing, like, we all know this about politics now, is that
Love broad election promises.
people make broad election promises, and people go, that's good. I'm going to vote for you because you'll bring my favourite car race back. Or you're going to, get rid of this fucking person or something.
Or instead of spending $600 million on a stadium...
spend it on the arts.
No, they're going to... Labour says they'll put that $600 million into public health.
Fair enough. That's another reason to vote Labour, if you like.
If you want to.
But this is the thing, like, there's broad election promises. Everyone goes, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We saw exactly the same thing happened when Stephen Marshall got into power. Made all these wild accusations, and people voted for him, and then fuck all's happened.
Well, that usually happens with governments, and I think
it's just politics in itself.
Yeah, I think I hope, and I'm going to tell everyone that's listening and watching, you never listen to a politician. No. You need to look at their policies. Policies are a bit more stickable in terms of what may actually get enacted through Parliament.
The thing about policies, though, is that some policy, and I find this when I read some policies, is that they're incredibly difficult to understand.
Oh yeah,
they actually
I call it. No, I have no funny pun word for what it's called.
They actually make it almost impossible for anyone that has less than 6 hours to spend analysing it to understand what the policy is. So, and the majority, and I would probably confidently say, a vast majority of people in this country would not even bother looking up policies, because I know I was one of those people for ages.
Well, yeah, see, that's the big problem.
People don't look up the policies. They don't do the background research before they vote, and then they vote someone in. And a lot of the time, because I find this with some of people I have, and when I went to my first vote, I have no idea who to vote for. I turned 18. We had a vote, I think, the next year.
No, we had it that exact year. It was it was next year.
Yeah.
We both turned 18 and the election was in 2016 for feds.
Yeah. So we turned 18. The next year we had an election. I had no idea who to vote for.
I voted Labour.
Do you know what I did? I voted for exactly who my parents voted for.
And that's fine.
Because that was the way it was at the time. Now, I might go into this election and read the policies and stuff like that and look and go, wow, okay, well, I actually prefer this party over this party. But I won't just go in blindly anymore. And it's not my fault, and it's not my parents' fault that I voted that way. It's just the way that it happened.
Yeah. No, it's completely fair.
But that's the thing. Like, people need to understand who they're actually voting for by the way of reading the policies and reading the fine print and getting down into the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah, not just listening to those promises, because again, those are the grandstanding. Those are for the people that were like Tom. It's like, oh, we're gonna spend $1 billion and we're gonna do this. And you get the people who are like Tom that go, oh, that's cool, I'll vote for you. But that's actually nowhere in a policy list that they actually want to enact. That's just a broad promise.
But the other thing I want to say is that it's not only up to the younger generation, our generation and stuff,
and the Zoomers,
and stuff, to get down to the nitty gritty and understand who they're voting for. It's also the people that have been voting for decades on end.
True.
And we all need to be held to the same standard and go, this is what we need to do. Like, if you want to go out and cast your vote and not do any prior research, I can't stop you from doing that.
No.
And that's not...
And there's some...
It's not a horrible practice.
There's some point to be made that there's probably as much impact either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, because of how majority rule works. I said it again. Yeah.
You're furthering my point every sentence. So that's the thing. Like, everybody, you have to go back to, I'm going to say it, the boomers. The boomers. The boomers need to stop buying up all the property and need to look into who they're voting for.
Yeah.
And rich voters just Stop voting Liberal.
But that I think I
Horse time.
I think all of Stephen Marshall's initial election promises were fine. And I didn't even hate him when we started COVID, which is, I think, when, that's when the clause came out for pollies.
I think
because we got to see their true colours.
But not all of them. Because
all of them.
No. But, like, when you think about it, you have a look at the start of 2020.
Yes.
When it was this big, the big massive pandemic came in, coronavirus is sweeping the world, and everyone went, "Nah, we're not going to get it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. COVID's not." Some people say COVID's not a thing. Don't worry about it. It's a fucking thing. Like, read a book.
It was a thing.
But like, it's only been within the last 6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
That actually, it's really only been around like October, November time last year that shit started to hit the fan.
Nah, not in this state.
In this state, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this state.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I think the interactions that Stephen Marshall is having with the general public is incredibly based on other states and reflecting on what they've done.
See, I think... and you said it, we had a discussion about this the other night, and you said it really well, is that he's trying to do everything he can to secure re-election.
Yes.
And that's
what all politicians do.
Yeah, no, but that's what it's become evident now more than ever that's what he's trying to do, because he's not taking the pandemic seriously anymore. Back in
I think we agree. I think back in 2020, that initial wave of COVID, I think we were both kind of fine with how it was being handled.
Oh yeah, look, I haven't had an issue with how Stephen Marshall has run things until last year.
It was okay. We're going to close our state borders. We'll stay locked off. We'll do a quick 6-week lockdown in March, and then we were kind of fine after that 6-week lockdown.
Yeah, we were.
We had general social distancing rules and just trying to keep everyone kind of at distance just in case it was floating around. But like Tom and I were able to move house. We were able to go to open houses without masks. Remember that?
Yeah. Remember the time when you didn't have to wear a mask?
And that was June. That was May and June of 2020.
July, actually.
We were looking in May and June.
Yeah, we moved in July.
We moved in July. That was in the middle of what most people call like the shittest year.
Yeah.
But at this point, 2021 turned out to be far worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone is still like, nah, 2020 was the worst. And I'm like, yeah, sure, a bunch of movies got delayed and 500,000 people died in the US. It wasn't great. But 2021, man, fuck. Anyway, it was kind of fine when we got through the year and, the vaccine was on its way. You started hearing about Delta. We were fine.
Yeah, we were.
Stephen Marshall was doing fine.
And that would say I didn't have a problem with him.
Neither did I, and I hate the Liberal Party.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I never had a problem with him.
No. He would show up on TV and I'd be like, yeah, all right, good job.
Yeah. I would look at him and go, wow. And this is a direct quote from my brain.
Oh, a direct quote from the old grey matter.
I would see Stephen Marshall on the TV or on the Facebook Lives.
Oh, on the Facebook.
How they did how they still do the press conferences.
Yeah.
And I would go, man, this guy's taking this seriously.
He was. I agree.
I actually went, I may even vote for him. In the next election, I may even vote for him.
I never got that far.
No.
I never took that many crazy
You are very stuck in your ways, though.
Well, I have my beliefs, and I'm never going to break my beliefs.
Yeah, your beliefs are stupid, but okay.
No, socialism will fix the world, Tom.
I thought communism was going to fix the world.
Nah, humans are too set in their ways to accept true Marxist communism.
Oh, God.
So then shit hit the fan.
Oh, yeah. It's hard.
It's really weird to trace how it was kind of planning out. We had We had a really bad start to the vaccine rollout, which was on the feds.
Yeah.
But we were going well once we started, when we actually started to get Pfizer into the country and Moderna, and we start relying so hard on AstraZeneca, which has now been proven to be shit.
Wait, do you mean Blood Clot McGee?
Yeah. But not even that. It's waning really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like everyone that got initial AstraZenecas is now getting Pfizer and Moderna boosters. Anyway, we were working really well through that. We were smashing it. We're now one of the highest vaccinated countries in the world, and we flopped hard at the beginning of 2021.
Oh, yeah.
Getting that rollout. We were getting beat left, right, and center.
I think we were getting beat by the US.
We were. I think we're now top 5 vaccinated countries, while the US is big countries like the US have completely flatlined and stagnated in terms of vaccination.
Yeah.
And then the bullshit came, which was mainly when we hit 80% double vaxxed of the entire population of Australia, above 12, we're going to open the borders. There's going to be no state border restriction. And this was coming from the feds. Remember, they have no control actually over state borders.
Yeah.
We're going to open the state borders. We're going to open the international borders. You're going to be able to travel again. Everyone's vaccinated. It's great. Christmas is back on. Woohoo! And then everyone kind of forgot about Delta.
I think especially in South Australia, because we had gone so damn long.
Yeah.
We'd gone consecutive months.
Yeah.
Without having cases.
Yeah, after that Woodville pizza shenanigans.
Yep, 7-day lockdown. That was it.
Oh wait, it was fucked up. 3 days. We did it.
Exactly.
And we came out. That was a weird 3 days.
No. There was another one after that. There was the...
No, I don't think so. That was in August.
No, there was the 7-day snap lockdown as well.
Oh, no, that was in 2020.
Yeah.
The Woodville...
Yeah, the Woodville Pizza Bar one was in 2020, and the lockdown, the 7-day snap...
Snap lockdown was in 2021.
Because we were living by ourselves then.
We were, and we knocked that one out of the park.
We did. We just went... And it was gone.
But then we got to October and government started announcing when borders are going to open. Our government was I agreed with their floundering because they were like, we have no idea when we're going to hit 80% double vaxxed for over 12. Then it was announced domestic borders were opening on the 23rd. And then shit went nuthouse.
Oh yeah, that was the start of it. As soon as those borders opened,
but they knew that was going to happen. This was the whole plan.
Yeah,
and this is what's really interesting, and why we're going to look, kind of like peel the onion, because I think the whole, well, not I don't. It's not that I think it. I know it. The whole point was to let COVID in.
Yeah,
we intentionally let it into the state because. We're not WA. We can't be separatist forever.
Can't even let a fucking 50-foot tanker into WA. It's locked that tight.
We are a country. We do need to be able to travel between states. Because we do.
Do we though?
Yes. How do you think you get your mail from interstate, Tom?
Well, that's actually an interesting point, Jack, because I try to support SA local business. Unlike you, so buy local.
Where do you think all of the buy local Foodland shit comes from? Fucking Lisbeth.
Yes.
No, it comes on a fucking Foodland truck from Melbourne. On an IGA truck.
So what you're saying is that Foodland is a scam?
Yeah, it's an IGA brand which is international.
So Foodland is a scam?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Right, you've literally just said that on air.
Yeah, it is a scam.
I got you.
No, I work for Foodland. It's fine. They're owned by a South Australian family, but all the shit that you buy to stock your Foodland store is from a multinational corporation.
So it's not buying local.
God no.
It's buying in
some
interstate.
of the stuff in our Foodland is local.
But when
you go into a Foodland and buy a bag of Doritos, like, what's the difference between buying Doritos in Foodland and buying them in Coles?
Coles supports local business.
It all comes from the same fucking factory, Smiths. Yeah. Which is the South Australian.
Which is South Australian. You fucking idiot.
We let COVID in.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Which was a plan.
Yeah.
It was a plan all along. But I feel like,
Wait, can I say this part?
Yeah.
I feel like we fucked it.
Everybody fucked it.
Everyone fucked it.
Not just us, but we're not doing great.
Oh, no. Everybody in this state, in this country, fucked it up.
Except for WA.
WA is just, I'm fairly sure they're just going to secede into the ocean at this point.
Well, they've been wanting to secede for 40 years.
They're going to get fucking like chainsaws and stuff and just cut along.
No, they've got all the mining equipment. They just go along the rabbit-proof fence.
Yeah,
done.
And just fuck off into the ocean because they're pretty much a different country.
Yep.
It's like Kangaroo Island.
They think they've got enough money from the mining to support themselves. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, until you run out of resources because you're not connected to the motherland.
No, not at all. They're funny. Everyone fucked it.
Yeah.
Now,
what are we going to do to fix it?
We've said on the I've said on the podcast, you had your two options, right? You either let it in and you see what happens, but not what our government did. I mean, you actually have money in health and essay pathology to actually test people and get the people that need help, which didn't happen.
And no ramping, but whatever.
Yeah, and announcing that rat tests are available and actually, having rat tests be available.
And then, sorry, just, I know it's a federal initiative, but
hello.
Hello. It's a federal initiative, but giving free rat tests.
Oh, you can do that now.
To some people, but not to everyone.
No, that was a state initiative. That's SA Health. That's the state government.
What, the rat test?
The free rat test for close contacts. Yeah, that's state.
No, that's federal.
No, the federal government hasn't done anything about making rat tests subsidised.
I've seen it on 7 News.
No, they keep asking the feds to subsidise rat tests, but they haven't
subsidise. Make them free.
But that is subsidising, Tom. That is subsidising.
Yeah, no. But the only way you're going to get a free rat test is if you go to a testing clinic.
If you're a close contact, you register on the SA Health website that you're a close contact.
So why do you have to register on the SA Health website? I'm sorry,
you can then go and collect your free rat test.
But this is fucking bullshit. Okay? Do you know what happens? This is a fucking bullshit plan.
It is. I agree.
Just buy more rats. Tests, not the animals.
I like rats.
No, I don't. I fucking hate them. We have them out the back.
What about Ratatouille?
How about the rat that lives in next door?
I think we have a family of rats.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not
good. But buy more rat tests.
Yes.
Send them to us.
Yes.
Here's a bright idea that nobody in the government, either state or federal, thought about. Make them fucking free. And then the pressure gets taken.
It's a game changer.
And then the pressure gets taken off the actual testing facilities.
Yep.
Because if you return a negative rat test, there you go.
You fuck off.
You're on your way. You're a good little COVID survivor. Keep going.
Keep going. Fuck off.
But if you go positive, you go and get a PCR.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what the problem is with that. It's
bonkers is what it is.
I don't get why Stephen Marshall is tying his dick in a knot and just being like, I'm not going to fucking do that. It's like, fuck you.
Well, he needs support from the feds on that.
I think he needs support from a psychologist.
He'll need that after this too.
Yeah, after he loses the election. God.
Libs might lose the election. I don't think Stephen Marshall will lose his seat.
No, he's not going to lose his seat, but he's not going to be our premier.
He's not going to be premier.
No,
I do agree.
He's already signed his own death warrant.
Yeah, I think he's royally fucked it.
For the position of premier, he's on borrowed time.
He's royally.
He's on borrowed time and stolen
fucked it
land.
up. Do you think he could have done it better though?
Could have done it. This is a Liberal government we're talking about as well, so probably not. No, look.
Because you were on the fence. Because my position was you let it into the state. You have the infrastructure ready for it going like wildfire, which again, the government did not do.
No.
So I am not in defense of the current situation they're in. But then the only other option was you keep fucking going into lockdown and closing borders every month and just doing that. Infinite. Wee! Oh, we're closing the borders. We're going into lockdown. Lockdown.
I think what should have happened was that they knew damn well before they opened the borders on the 23rd of December.
November.
November. Sorry, 23rd of November. They knew damn well before that they did not have the infrastructure to support this kind of outbreak.
Interesting.
They didn't know. They knew that. They're trying to score political points. And what they've done in that as well is that they've turned around and gone, oh, you know what? This is going to be a great idea. We're going to go do this. We're going to let COVID in. We're going to be ready for it and stuff. And then they fucked it. They've just fucked it. It's royally fucked.
Yeah, they pulled it apart. They went in.
And to the left.
And to the left.
Because it's just fucked.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Mum. I keep swearing. But like, it's... You understand? I think everyone listening to this podcast right now will understand my frustration with Stephen Marshall.
Right,
because for fuck's sake,
now
get it right.
I get asked this a lot because I'm very a political person.
Nobody cares.
But I get asked this a lot. It's like, how would you have done any better? Huh? I think we give politicians too much shit.
I actually no. I've thought about this, and I've got a response for those people.
Yes.
If someone is to turn around to me and say, "Tom, you're very critical of Stephen Marshall.
Yeah.
What would you do different?"
I think he's doing great given the situation.
I think he's doing great. What would you do different then? How would you run the country?
I think the pressure is immense. I think he's doing the best that he can. I think we give politicians too much shit. To those people, Tom says.
Fuck you.
I wish I could say that to
fuck you and fuck off.
To people that say I don't like that position. That people aren't allowed to criticize the government because apparently you tried doing their job. Doing? I'm not an anti-Semite, I promise.
Maybe you tried doing their job.
Tried doing their job. That's ridiculous. That's a stupid thing to say. It's like that person in the army there, he just stood up and got shot. And then you turn around and go, let's see how you would have done. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have stood up for one thing and got shot. Like, what? Just say sitting down. It's the same thing with politicians. I elected you fuckwits. I get to complain about you.
Yeah.
And people don't get to turn around and go, oh, you're very critical of the government. It's like, if you're not critical of the government, they are going to fuck you. They are going to bend you over and shove their hands so far up your butthole that you say, yes, I will vote for you again. That is what the government will do if you don't say... Okay, that was a weird tangent.
Sorry. That was... I think
Tom just unlocked a new fetish.
No, we've literally just... We've both said the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Very passionately.
I know. I needed to say it. Because you said it, I needed to say it. Everyone needs to be on the same page.
Oh, God. So, look, I mean...
that's why I'm critical of the government.
Yeah. And look, it's okay to be critical of the government.
Ow!
Ow.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it was a bit dumb.
For all our listeners, Jack just kicked the table and...
It really hurt.
Yeah, well, don't fucking do that, dickhead. But yeah, no,
I'm in pain.
You're allowed to be critical of the government.
Yes.
Because we don't live in...
A dictatorship.
You know, in a dictatorship.
Yes.
You can say that if the government's fucked something, that they fucked it.
Yes.
And, you know, you can say that Stephen Marshall is shit.
Yes.
If you want. I'm not telling you how to think.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if you want to say that, like the majority of us right now, then you could.
I bet a lot of people are probably going to listen and go, oh, what about all the other things Stephen Marshall has done, like his vaccine mandates? And
I've
said this to Tom. I don't give a shit anymore about fucking vaccine mandates or talking about vaccines. I've given the fuck up.
See, this this is my stance on vaccines, and I could.
Here we go.
We could lose listeners.
Here we go.
And I could lose some friends.
Here we go.
I really could. But if your work, which most of the time with what these men, the beer's getting to me now. If you're a business,
yes,
and you're a private business,
yes,
and you turn around and go, you know what? I think for every employee's health and safety, you'll have to be double vaxxed to have a position here. If someone turns around and goes, I don't want to be vaccinated
for whatever reason,
for whatever reason, it's fine. Like, if it's a reason to do with their health, take it into consideration.
Very much so.
At least. If it's because that person's a fuckwit, then then don't.
Oh no.
No, because the thing is, there are so many people out there that go, I'm not getting vaccinated because I don't know what's in it. They haven't done the research.
It's a gene therapy, which it is, but it's a gene.
It's a gene therapy. It's only
scary.
It's only been being researched for 2 months and stuff. Blah blah blah. I'm not getting it because I don't want to. Fuck off.
Especially because in this state, I don't think people know this. It's only mandated for the health sector.
Yeah,
and yet. Apparently, this is a statewide mandate, and I every time that it shows up on TikTok and the internet, where it's like
Sorry, you're actually wrong. It's a statewide mandate for health workers.
Yeah, but it shows up on the internet, and it's like, Australia has a nationwide vaccine mandate where all private companies require you to be vaccinated, and I just have to sit there and go, what the fuck? Where did that come from? In South Australia, for example, if you work in the health sector, you need to be vaccinated.
Yep.
And if you're coming domestically or internationally, you have to be vaccinated.
It's also if you're coming in contact with vulnerable people.
Or you come in contact with vulnerable...
Doesn't necessarily need to be the health sector.
But health and vulnerable people is where it's mandated. Travelling. And if your private company decides to do it. Yep. That's it. That's the only, in this state specifically, where it's mandated.
But if you're going to sit there as well, and this is the thing that really grinds my goat and shits me to tears.
It really grinds my gears, shits me to tears.
Is that
unscrews my bottle cap.
So people get told,
yes,
you've got, and this is what some private companies are doing, within 3 months, you have to have either both of your vaccines or have one dose and be booked in for your second dose.
Yeah.
To keep your employment.
Yes.
People get 3 months. There are some companies out there that I know of that get 3 months to do that.
Yes.
There are people that do not do that.
Knowingly procrastinate.
And there are people that procrastinate, and there are people that actually just go out and go, I'm only going to... There's 2 types of people. No, 3 types of people, sorry.
4.
4 types of people.
5.
The people... Okay, sorry. I'll start again. There's 4 types of people. The people that aren't fuckwits and actually do it, on the spot.
Yep.
People that procrastinate and will get it done. The people that leave it till the last possible moment just so they can be chaotic and then do it. And the people that just flat out refuse to get it done. And then people bitch and moan about why they've lost their jobs. Grow the fuck up. Get your vaccine.
I said the N-word at work and people got annoyed and I got fired. That's a violation of free speech.
Jack, we might need to talk about this after the podcast.
No, yeah, I said a bad word and people got offended. I walked into work the other day and I did a Heil and I said Hitler was right and all the other stuff that Hitler said, and some people were upset, and I got fired. That's just wrong, man.
Yeah.
Fucking my body, my choice.
Yep.
Except abortion is murder. This is what comes out of their mouths.
It's just so stupid. Just get vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you're a dick.
Okay, that's going to be the last time we say it for the rest of the year.
Yeah. No, it's not. You know damn well it's not.
Okay, but I am going to have to get out my fishing rod. And
get out your thwacking stick.
and reel back in the conversation to what we're supposed to be doing. I'm reeling it in.
I've got very, very upset.
I'm reeling it in.
I've been upset.
Oh, look, I caught a tuna. Anyway, Stephen Marshall.
Okay.
We're not fans.
No.
Not at all.
Foe.
Big ol'...
Stephen Marshall, friend or foe?
He's a foe. You don't need to keep repeating the damn title.
I'm just... Shut up! Foe.
I didn't know He's a...
episode 20.
He's a foe. He's made some shitty decisions in the past 6 months. He's signed his death warrant. His party's death warrant.
Signed his personal death warrant.
Prepare for a Labour government.
Either that or prepare for a new premier.
Well, yeah. Well, from the Libs?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Stranger things have happened.
Not state level. It's
yeah, but federal level doesn't really count. Cause
like
just
it takes a lot for a party to kick out a state premier. You know, you have to do something really bad. I don't know, like promise a bunch of money to your boyfriend's electorate and then lie about it to Parliament.
Hi Gladys, how you doing?
Rot in jail. I can't say that because
Psycho
my mum
bitch.
will get angry.
You psycho koala killing bitch.
She is a koala killer. I will say that happily because she did.
She killed koalas.
She very much did, yes.
She's the worst.
She is bad.
She's worse than Stephen Marshall, and that's a really low bar right now. Like, oh my god. Anyway, Stephen Marshall, foe.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Bitch.
Yep. And I believe with that, that's all we have time for.
That's all we have time for.
But that has been the first episode of 2022 with Jack and Tom Save the World.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed it. As always, I'm going to do my spiel now.
Oh, he's doing the spiel.
As always, if you do want to send us questions, topics, or just come on for a chat, Jack and Tom Save the World podcast on Facebook and Instagram. We are still receiving messages and doing topics and stuff like that.
Yeah, do we have any for this week?
No.
That you've forgotten about?
I don't think so. If anyone...
Why don't you check?
I will be...
Why don't you check?
I will be going through the Instagram messages and things probably this weekend.
Okay.
So if we do miss anything, then we will put it into next week's episode.
Well, that's nice.
Because I know that there was probably a few people that missed out on some questions.
Well,
so
ask them again, folks.
Ask them again. Bring us your topics. If you do want to be a guest, contact us through those same ways. We're more than happy to have
we have
people.
very stringent requirements for being a guest.
Be vaccinated. Don't have COVID.
Have watched all 31 Marvel movies and TV shows. And
I'm sorry, I have to leave.
When you entered the threshold of the house, you have to say DC sucks. These are the rules of being on the podcast.
And if anyone has a problem with that,
fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to the first episode. Have a great week, and we will see you next Sunday.
Have a week, guys.
Have a good week. We hope you have a good week.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah. We hope. Yes.
We hope. We sincerely hope you have a good week.
We hope you have a good Monday, followed by a good Tuesday.
We're not doing this.
Followed by a good Wednesday.
Oh my god.
And then on Wednesday, bend over and get fucked. Goodbye.
Goodbye.